So, hello everybody and welcome back to Josh's Magic Plays Games. We are on the first mission of Planet Zoo. We've completed the bronze, we've completed the silver, now we are going to be going for gold. So if everybody is ready, we're going to hit continue, close all these windows and replay the dialogue from Nancy. Here we go.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Right, Indian peafowls are just over here.
Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
So this is my take from Nancy. She does like interrupting people when they're trying to talk. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to expand the social welfare panel, which is just here.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
Right, so we're going to click up here.
Right, as you can see, the peafowlers need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then.
Guess off I'll pop to the animal market. Right, so animal trading. And we got the 3 just here, so we're going to adopt the 1, the 2 and 3. Select them all and place them into the zoo. There we go.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
So we're just going to click on this and move over to the snow leopards.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay, I can't pronounce the snow leopard's name. And if you are reading that, you'll probably understand why. But we're going to carry on with what Nancy wants us to do. We're going to change this glass to one way. So we're going to click on it, edit barrier. And then we are going to swap that to one way.
When an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Okay, so we're going to go down here to heat maps. And we've got power, we've got animal welfare, habitat, temperature, and all these down here. We're going to click on the temperature.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Okay, thank you for that. So we're going to go into habitat down here and coolers. So we're going to place one over here, and one over here, and one over here.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
Right, yes.
It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Okay, Nancy, we will, don't worry. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, once again, before getting interrupted by Nancy, temperature, water, power, buildings, negative impact, crime and security, guest education, guest needs, and staff happiness. They are all our heat maps that we can get at the moment. So, snow and rock. That's what she said that we needed. So let's get the snow. We're going to increase the size of that, and we're just going to go over there, get all that covered.
All of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Okay, Nance, right, I didn't put any rock in though, and you asked me to put rock in, so I'm going to quickly put some of that in, just because I can. So we're going to go down here, we're going to melt some of the snow slightly, to show where the staff would be walking. Yeah, that looks nice, there we go, we'll keep that as that. Now, I think what we need to do is increase the overall happiness and the welfare of all the animals to make it be over 90%. I think that's what we should do. So we are going to start down here. This is looks like it's a multiple exhibit, multiple habitat with zebras and giraffes. Okay. Telling me to click down here, so we're just going to follow what it says for a minute.
As you can see, this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
You have a cuppa then, Nancy. Right, so yeah, this is what we need to do. We're in this area now. So what do they need? Let's click on a giraffe. And before we do anything, we're going to have a closer look. Hello. That looks nice. Oh. Right, yeah, anyway, so what do we need? What do we need? We need some enrichment and some better terrain. So they need some more long grass. We can do that. So we'll add quite a bit of long grass in here. Is that enough? A bit more? They need some more short grass as well, okay. So we'll get some of that in here as well. A little bit more long grass. There we go, that's 100%. So they need some enrichment. They need both food and toy enrichment. Okay, so habitats, there's a lot of stuff in here, right? So we're gonna have to filter it by species. We're gonna have the reticulated giraffe, which is just here, and I think it's the common. No, what's the zebra? The zebra is the greater. Is it? No, what the zebra's called? Let's click on one of them. The plains zebra, that's the one. Plains zebra. Just there. So we're going to find out what they both require. So we need a grab ball. We'll have a rubbing pillar. We'll have a grazing ball feeder. A hanging grazing feeder. We'll place that over here. A small barrel feeder. We'll take that and place that there. Suspended high grazing feeder.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
I don't have a passport. Right, well, what we have done, we have actually completed this level.
Sounds like you've got the whole zoo purring away nicely. Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh? Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out. And Nancy owes me a foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I did have. obviously. But you see, zookeeping's not for my daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet. I'll just settle for saving a couple of species. And maybe having a type of frog named after me.
Right, well, thank you for that, Bernie and Nancy. So, as I was saying, we have completed the first mission. We've got all 3 stars, bronze, silver, and gold. So yeah, what we're going to do next week, we are going to be completing the second of the career modes. So we'll see what Nancy and Bernie have to offer us next time. So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, guys. Bye.